Hello, welcome to the pre-show for the RFP network upgrade. My name is Josiah Wong, and I am the founder of the Pylon Book Distribution Company. So, who are we? We are an organization that has been in California for 25 years. We have an extensive collection of library books ranging from archives, submitted histories, old upgrades, old projects from PhD degree, amplifying students' voices, and everything that has been brought to them. In the future, we plan to move to doing more digital copies of books so that way they are more easily accessible, even to people that are not within the area, such as people that are traveling from outside of the state. We're also going to be moving to audiobooks. Now, I know audiobook already exists, but we are planning to do this as a free service to allow more accessibility for doing things. Sometimes you may not be able to download a book instantly, but you can certainly download an audio file for a very small fraction of the memory. This might even help people be relaxed when trying to work with things. We also plan to have a branching distribution. Obviously, being funded by the California government, a library cannot be funded as such. So the purchases of books will be done through a different branching business that is not going to be directly related to the Pylon book distribution, but will have similar holdings as I will still be the prime main member. For the reason that we are requesting a request for, for a proposal is because we have suffered some issues. Other than the current cyber attacks that have been going all around California, such as the one from the hospital recently, there has been some physical attacks on our infrastructure, and there has been many cyber attacks. Originally, the plan for upgrades were supposed to appear in 5 years' time, but unfortunately, we've had to increase the production of this and and request it much sooner. Soon the holidays will be coming up, and there is more than likely a chance for things to happen in the upcoming year. The most recent thing I can think about the news is a data breach from another country where they had access to many people's information. Though libraries are not known for storing information, it is important that we keep our data and other additional sensitive information away from people that wish to use it maliciously. So, starting from the timeline, the first cyber attack that was the biggest one, the one that was most known, happened very early in the year. Originally, the excuse me. Originally, the computers were used to distribute projects among students, and at some point, there was an error. A student managed to gain access to a website that he shouldn't have access to, and the website contained a leaked code that was specifically directed at this organization, which meant that it was no mistake for this to have happened. We were not aware of this attack until 2 months later, and at that point, we had to go through security, go through all the networks, and do an audit of our own systems, and we found many significant things have been flawed there. The first physical attack that happened only a few months ago, where there was a mix of a rainstorm after a long drought, and that has caused a huge difference in temperature based on hot and cold, which caused the several of our servers to go down, as well as many cable management. In the About a month ago, we had a second cyber attack. This was due to distribution of sensitive information from one person to another. It was between not the federal government, but the state government wanted to legislate certain information and requested some some data from us, and in the process of doing so, the system was overloaded with a mix of DDoS as well as requests for data which were successful and caused a data breach. And that leads us to today. Today, I am seeking proposals for a network upgrade that will have to do with cable management, switches, antennas, and firewalls. Excuse me. The firewalls that we'll be requesting are software that are compatible with any language. As our database is programmed in SQL, it is very easy to translate the computer language from one to another. We will be seeking a firewall that will be able to sift through about 10 gigabytes of information per second. We seek it to have protection from both a DDoS attack as well as vulnerabilities that are within our network. Though we haven't had any encounters with a 0-day exploit, we anticipate that as more cyber attacks increase, that we will likely be in change, especially with the public knowledge of our attacks. That any questions can be asked within the entire month of the entire process. Now, I know most of the times when organizations do a request for proposal, it usually takes about a month in the entire duration. However, due to the nature of us being a public library, we have access to several hundred members that of people that are checking in and out. It is very likely that by the time we get to December, there might be anywhere from up to 400 adults that are willing to listen to what is being proposed. Therefore, the bid will start a month after the request and a week over, just to skip for Valentine. Excuse me, skip for Thanksgiving. By the time we read out all the bids, we expect somewhere anywhere between 4 to 20 proposals. It shouldn't take that long to read out loud. However, we have also gained word from other people from within the library that there might have been additional organizations that may be participating. So to make sure of that, we will and some additional influence. This bid will be lasting for about 7 days. The ending of which will be around the time before 6 p.m. And any additional questions can be emailed to me or through a fax machine or through letter or even seeing me in person. You can also talk to other members of the board to speak with us, as our normal operating hours from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. will allow for such communications to take place. However, on weekends, we have limited communication, so I advise not to do that. We accept any form of payment, whether it be cash, card, or transfers, checks, it doesn't matter. It's just so long as it's something that is linked to the person's account holder. Make sure you have proper identifications at the ending of the bid. We'll be trying to reach you to let you know which bid has won for the proposal. This will be done at email first, but if you do not respond in 4 days, we will follow up with several phone calls, and if that doesn't work, we will personally visit you. Once again, I look forward to any proposals that comes. Thank you and have a good day.